Hello everyone and welcome to our third lecture of our English language course. And we're going to do Unit 3. Unit 3 is going to talk about problems. As you see, the vocabulary section is going to be about adjectives, to, enough. The listening section is going to be typical work problems. The reading section here, we're going to read about workplace problems. Language Focus 1. So you will learn about the present simple, negative, and questions. Language Focus 2. You're going to learn about the use of have, some, and any. And the skills that you're going to learn today are telephoning and solving problems. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. Part 1, Vocabulary. Activity A. Complete the sentences below using adjectives from the box. The adjectives are broken, clean, confusing, fast, and noisy. The first example here, as you see, is already done for you. Let me read it. Our employees enjoy having flexible hours. Sentence number 2. The new sales assistant got a fast promotion. And here, as you know, the word promotion means a move to a more important job or rank in a company or an organization. Sentence number 3. We want a clean and well furnished apartment. 4. Their old printer is broken, so they want a new one. Number 5. The instructions are not clear, so they're very confusing. 6. When the machinery in the factory starts, it's very noisy. Look at activity C now. Write sentences using to or enough and adjectives from exercise B relating to the underlined words. Example number 1. The report doesn't give much information, so we can say it is too short or it isn't long enough. Of course, we use to indicate that something is excessive or more than you want or need. We use enough to say that something is sufficient. Now let's do example number 2. I can't carry these suitcases. So, it is too heavy. 3. I can't meet you at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's too early. Number 4. I don't want this car. Its top speed is only 100 kilometers per hour. We can say it is too slow or it is not fast enough. Example number 5. Don't take any visitors to those areas late at night. So we can say this area is not safe enough, or it is too dangerous.
What is an adjective? Basic English grammar. What is an adjective? Blue is an adjective. Cold is an adjective. Happy is an adjective. An adjective is a describing word. An adjective gives more information about something. An adjective generally describes a noun. A noun is a person, a thing, or a place. The monster. Monster is the name of a thing. Monster is a noun. There is no description of the monster. Describe the monster. How is the monster? Green. Green is a color. Green is a description of the monster. Green is an adjective. What is the position of the adjective? Where do we put the adjective? Do we say the green monster or the monster green? The correct order is the green monster. The order is adjective plus noun. We say the green monster. Green is an adjective. Monster is a noun. Green is a description of the monster. Green is an adjective. We do not say the monster green. No, the adjective is before the noun. The green monster. We can also use the verb to be plus adjective. For example, the monster is green. Is a form of the verb to be. The monster is. After is, we put the adjective. Is green. The monster is green. What is another description of the monster? Is the monster happy? No, the monster is sad. Sad is an adjective. We can say the sad monster, adjective plus noun, or the monster is sad. To be plus adjective. Sad is an adjective. Another example. Describe this girl. Is the girl sad? No, she is happy. We can say the happy girl. Happy is an adjective. Girl is a noun. We can also say the girl is happy. To be plus the adjective happy. Adjectives in English have one form. For example, the adjective red. One red car. Red is an adjective. It gives us more information about the car. We describe the car. The car is red. When there is more than one car, for example, 2 cars, the adjective red does not change. We say 2 red cars. Red is used with 1 car, and red is used for 2 cars. We do not say 2 reds cars. No, there is no S at the end of red. Which word is an adjective? The yellow bus. The adjective is yellow. The boy is dirty. The adjective is dirty. She is nervous. The adjective is nervous. The relaxed woman. The adjective is relaxed. The smelly shoe. The adjective is smelly. The man is cold. The adjective is cold. The fast horse. The adjective is fast. The doors are closed. The adjective is closed. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, remember to subscribe to our channel so you know when I create new videos to help you improve your English. Have an awesome day!
Now, my dear students, let's shift to section 2, listening. Typical work problems. Activity A. Jeremy Kelly, a specialist in change leadership, talks about problems he has at work. Listen to the first part of the interview and decide whether these statements are true or false. Correct the false ones.
Unit 3. Problems. Track 34. What are typical work problems for you?
As a consultant, I run my own business and I'm often on my own, but my clients have quite complicated problems that they need to resolve. My biggest problem is having enough time to do a good job with the amount of work I've got to do. And then I also face urgent requests for help when I'm already very busy.
Now let's check the answers. 1. Jeremy often works with a large number of people. So, this is false. I correct. Jeremy works alone. 2. His clients have quite complicated problems. So, this is true. 3. Jeremy's biggest problem is having enough time to do a good job. True. 4. He also faces urgent requests for help when he is already very busy. So this is true. Activity B. Listen to the second part in which Jeremy talks about the biggest problems in companies and complete these notes. Listen now.
Track 35. What are the biggest problems in companies you know?
Most of the companies I work with are big international companies facing complicated situations. Probably the biggest problem they face is the amount of change they have to go through all the time. And they have to go through that change fast, at speed. Secondly, they find it very difficult to plan their needs and therefore also to plan their resources. In other words, their staff, the equipment, the property, the money they need to satisfy their customers. And their customers expect them to reduce their prices at the same time as these companies have increasing costs. So they have to be much more productive, much more efficient all the time.
Let's check the answers now. The biggest problem? The amount of change they have to go through at speed. Second problem, difficult plan their needs and resources, such as staff, equipments, property, money they need to satisfy their customers. Another problem, customers expect them to reduce their prices at the same time as companies have increasing costs. The verb to reduce here means to become or to make something become smaller in size, amount, degree, or importance. The opposite, here you have the verb to increase, which means to make something become larger in amount or size. Now, in activity C, listen to the third part of the interview and answer these questions. Question number 1. What sorts of problem is Jeremy asked to solve? 2. What was the problem Jeremy had to solve? 3. Which different groups did he bring together to solve the problem? Now, pause the video and listen.
Unit 3. Problems. Track 36. Can you give an example of a problem you solved?
My customers usually ask me to help them solve complicated problems where lots of people need to be involved in designing the solution. Recently, there was a computer system that had to be introduced that affected millions of customers and their bills. At the last moment, a problem arose that affected the whole system. I brought the technical team, the business team, the project team, and the suppliers together in one room, and by understanding the whole problem and by understanding each other's individual problems, we came up with a solution that solved the problem altogether.
Let's correct together. 1. Jeremy is asked to solve complicated problems. 2. He had to solve a problem with the computer system that affected millions of customers. 3. He brought the technical team, the business team, the project team, and the suppliers together to solve the problem. Suppliers is the plural of supplier, which means a person or company that supplies goods or things that people want or need, especially over a long period of time. Synonyms of supplier, we can say retailer, seller, vendor. Now let's shift to part 3, reading. So this part, as you see, is going to be about workplace problems. A workplace, of course, is a building where people perform their jobs. Of course, there are many workplace problems. Let me give you some examples. Discrimination. Discrimination is when a person is treated less favorably than someone else based on a protected characteristic. Work discrimination can occur intentionally or without intention. Example, direct discrimination or indirect discrimination. Colleagues, customers, even employers can show discriminatory treatment towards a worker. So, they often feel disrespected and hurt because of these actions. That's why it's important to eliminate discrimination at work as much as reasonably possible. Of course, there are several situations where an employee can be discriminated against at work. For example, training. Not offering management training to employees who are pregnant or have children. Pay and benefits. Paying female employees less than their male colleagues, despite being in the same employment role. Another example, probation. So, neglecting promotional opportunities to young people despite having relevant skills. There are other types of workplace problems, such as performance issues, bad job fit or lack of training, no job satisfaction, unmotivated, so lack of communications, and conflict between staff members. So here in activity B, 3 call center workers answer the questions. What are the biggest problems for you at work? Read their replies. I read the first reply for you. Listen now. At our call center, 150 agents work in one large room. A lot of them are women or students. The workstations are very close together, so it's very noisy. We wear headphones, but they're not good enough. I'm only 21, but my doctor says I have hearing problems. Sitting at a workstation for many hours causes other health problems. Most of my colleagues have backache. I often get headaches from looking at the computer screen for too long. Birgit, 21st, Stuttgart, Germany. Reply number 2. The job is well paid, but the hours are long. We work 9 hours a day, but we often work overtime. The call center is a long way from my home. It takes me 2 hours to come to work. So, my real working day is often 13 hours. Difficult customers are another problem. Our customers in the United Kingdom are often very rude. It's not easy to talk to customers when they're angry and don't want to understand. A lot of my colleagues want to leave and find another job. But it is not easy to find such well paid work. Vijay, 27, Mumbai, India. Listen to the third reply now. A lot of the work in a call center is very boring. You do the same job day after day. On a typical day, each of us takes up 200 calls. We're often on the phone for 4 or more hours continuously. Most of the calls are complaints, and we're expected to solve each problem within 2 minutes. When one call finishes, another call starts immediately. You don't get time to think. It's very stressful. Another problem is there is no possibility of promotion. It is just a job, it's not a career. Nobody stays in the job very long, so the company is constantly recruiting and training new staff. Kevin, 26, Sydney, Australia. Now look at the chart in Activity C and tick the problems the call center workers talk about in the replies. Who talks about each problem? So write B for Birgit, V for Vijay, or Kevin, K. So the first problem is already done for you. You have long working day. Vijay, so she, of course, talked about this problem. Let's continue. Breaks too short. Kevin, long hours at work stations. Birgit, boring work. Kevin talked about. No promotion. Kevin, angry customers. So here you have Vijay. Low pay, we didn't mention that in their replies. No time between calls, Kevin talked about. high staff turnover. Kevin. So let me define this term for you. Staff turnover. What's the staff turnover? So it means the total number of workers who leave a company over a certain time period. It includes those who exit voluntarily as well as employees who are fired or laid off. I continue. So, a lot of noise. Here you have Brigitte, okay? She talked about this problem. Now, look at which three physical problems are mentioned in Birgitte's reply. Let's check the answers. So, here, Birgit talked about hearing problems, backache problems, and headaches. Now, let's move to another section. Today, of course, as you see here, we're going to learn about the present simple, negatives, and questions. Present simple auxiliary verb do. In English, with the present simple, we need to include do to make negative and question sentences. Do is the auxiliary verb. With negatives and verbs, we conjugate the auxiliary verb, not the main verb. Example, we like pasta. She likes pasta. We don't like pasta. She doesn't like pasta. Do we like pasta? Does she like pasta? So we say I don't like, or you don't like, we don't like, and they don't like. He, she, it doesn't like. So let's have a look at the following examples. Write these sentences in the negative. Example number 1. Dustin plays football every day. Negative form, so Dustin, so doesn't play football every weekend. 2. Fiona and Marin usually walk to work. So Fiona and Marin don't usually walk to work. You drive an Audi. You don't drive an Audi. 4. My friends and I hate Justin Bieber. So my friends and I don't hate Justin Bieber. I go to bed at 3 a.m. Negative form, I don't go to bed at 3 a.m. 6. My dog likes chicken. Negative form, my dog doesn't like chicken. 7. My brother lives in Sao Paulo. Negative form, so my brother doesn't live in Sao Paulo. Present simple questions now. We have do I like, do you like, do we like, do they like. And with the third person singular, you have does plus he, she, or it plus the base form of the verb. Okay, example, does he watch TV? Does she watch TV? Make these sentences into questions. Number 1. Dustin plays football every weekend. The question: does Dustin play football every weekend? 2. Fiona and Marine usually walk to work. Do Fiona and Marine usually walk to work? 3. You drive a Noddy. So, question 4. Do you drive a Noddy? 4. My friends and I hate Justin Bieber. Question: do my friends and I hate Justin Bieber? 5. I go to bed at 3 a.m. Do I go to bed at 3 a.m.? 6. My dog likes chicken. Question: does my dog like chicken? 7. My brother lives in Sao Paulo. So, does my brother live in Sao Paulo? Okay, now let's do activity A here. Work in pairs, match the questions to answers. Let's correct now. Number 1. What do you think about the new boss? Answer: she's very efficient. 2. What time does the meeting start? Answer: F. It starts at 2 o'clock. 3. Where does she live? Answer: in the city center. 4. Why does he need the money? Answer: he has to pay for the office party. 5. Who do I report to? Answer: Peter. He's your line manager. 6. When do I finish work? Answer: you can leave at 5 o'clock. Language folks 2. Have, some, and any. My dear students, don't forget we use some for affirmative and polite sentences, or when you hope or expect the answer to be yes. Example: I've got some good news. They've got something to say. Would you like some tea? Can I have some more cake, please? We use any for questions and negatives. Example: I haven't got any good news. She hasn't got any sister. And we use have to talk about possession. Example: I have a new printer, but it doesn't work very well. The office doesn't have a lift. Another example: do you have a problem with training? Yes, we do, or no, we don't. Activity A: make sentences about what Marco has and doesn't have. Okay, let's check the answers. As you see, so the first example is already done for you. I move on to example number 2. Marco doesn't have an iPhone. He has an iPad. 3. Marco has an interesting job. He doesn't have a high salary. And the opposite of high here is low. Marco doesn't have a nice boss. He has some great colleagues. 4. Marco doesn't have a computer at work. He has a laptop. Okay, now let's shift to skills here. In this part, you are going, of course, to learn how to solve telephoning problems. Okay? So, activity A, listen to the conversation between Marcia and Harry. Answer these questions. Number 1, why is Marcia phoning Harry? 2, how do you spell the name of the new marketing assistant? Listen now.
Problems. Track 37.
Hello, United Food Corporation. Good morning. My name's Marcia Jones. Hove Stores. Good morning. How can I help? I'd like to speak to Harry Palmer, please. Hold on a minute. I'll put you through.
Harry Palmer.
Hi, Harry. Marcia here.
Hi, Marcia.
I need some information. Can you give me the name of your new marketing assistant, please? I need to contact him.
Certainly. His name's Jeff Hayden.
Could you spell his name for me, please?
Okay. Jeffhaydon.
Sorry. Could you repeat that, please?
Jeffhaydon.
Right. Geoffhaidon?
No, not G. J. Jeff. And Hayden has a Y, not an I. Haydon.
Right. Okay, I've got that. Thanks very much.
No problem.
I'll speak to you soon, Harry. Bye.
So, let's check the answers. Number 1, Marcia phoned Harry because she needs some information. 2, the spelling of the new marketing assistant is Jeffhaydon. Now listen again. What does Marcia say to introduce herself? Ask Harry to spell the man's name. Ask Harry to give the information again and end the conversation.
Problems. Track 37.
Hello, United Food Corporation. Good morning. My name's Marcia Jones, Hove Stores. Good morning. How can I help? I'd like to speak to Harry Palmer, please. Hold on a minute. I'll put you through.
Harry Palmer.
Hi, Harry. Marcia here.
Hi, Marcia.
I need some information. Can you give me the name of your new marketing assistant, please? I need to contact him.
Certainly. His name's Jeff Hayden.
Could you spell his name for me, please?
Okay. Jeffhaydon.
Sorry. Could you repeat that, please?
Jeffhaydon.
Right. Geoffhaidon?
No, not G. J. Jeff. And Hayden has a Y, not an I. Haydon.
Right. Okay, I've got that. Thanks very much.
No problem.
I'll speak to you soon, Harry. Bye.
Let's correct now. 1. To introduce herself, Marcia said, "My name is Marcia Jones, Hove Stores." To ask Harry to spell the man's name, she said, "Could you spell his name for me, please?" To ask Harry to give the information again, she said, "Sorry, could you repeat that, please?" And to end the conversation, she said, "I'll speak to you soon, Harry. Bye." Activity C. Listen to 4 phone calls. Match the calls to these problems. A. There is a problem with the invoice. 2. The date of the meeting is not suitable. 3. The quantity is not correct. And D. So there are no instructions.
Unit 3. Problems. Track 38. Call 1.
Hello?
Hello, Jackie Singer here. Can I speak to Beverly Simpson, please?
Speaking. How can I help you?
I've got a problem. I can't meet your boss, Vanessa Gordon, next Wednesday. Something's come up.
Okay. I'll pass on your message. I'm sure we can arrange another time.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.
Track 39. Call 2.
Good morning. This is Michael Benson, PKJ Electronics.
Oh, hello, Michael. This is Sheila Clark. What's the problem?
It's about the delivery of mobile phones. I want 50, not 15.
Sorry about that. I'll deal with it immediately.
Good. I need them by the end of the week.
Okay, it's no problem. Bye for now.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Track 40. Call 3.
Good morning, Harding Kitchenware. Denise Robbins speaking.
Hello, my name is Mike Jackson. I'm phoning about my dishwasher. There are no instructions in the package.
Oh dear, sorry to hear that. Which model is it?
Hold on, I'll check. It's the PT1095 model.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it, please?
PT1095 model.
Got it. I'll send some new instructions right away.
Track 41. Call 4.
Hello,
Hello?
David Patterson here, Hudson and Company. Can I speak to Jim Roberts, please?
Speaking.
There's a problem with the invoice you sent me.
Oh, really?
Yes, I can't read it very well. The words are not clear.
Sorry about that.
Also, I think the figures are wrong.
I'll look into the matter and send you another invoice. Is that okay?
Fine. Thanks very much.
Now let's be correct for you. So, A. There is a problem with the invoice. Call number 4. B. The date of the meeting is not suitable. So this is call number 1. The quantity is not correct. This is call number 2. And there are no instructions. So this is call number 3. Activity D. Listen again and complete these sentences.
Unit 3. Problems. Track 38. Call 1.
Hello?
Hello, Jackie Singer here. Can I speak to Beverly Simpson, please?
Speaking. How can I help you?
I've got a problem. I can't meet your boss, Vanessa Gordon, next Wednesday. Something's come up.
Okay. I'll pass on your message. I'm sure we can arrange another time.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.
Track 39. Call 2.
Good morning. This is Michael Benson, PKJ Electronics.
Oh, hello, Michael. This is Sheila Clark. What's the problem?
It's about the delivery of mobile phones. I want 50, not 15.
Sorry about that. I'll deal with it immediately.
Good. I need them by the end of the week.
Okay, it's no problem. Bye for now.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Track 40. Call 3.
Good morning, Harding Kitchenware. Denise Robbins speaking.
Hello, my name is Mike Jackson. I'm phoning about my dishwasher. There are no instructions in the package.
Oh dear, sorry to hear that. Which model is it?
Hold on, I'll check. It's the PT1095 model.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it, please?
PT1095 model.
Got it. I'll send some new instructions right away.
Track 41. Call 4.
Hello,
Hello?
David Patterson here, Hudson and Company. Can I speak to Jim Roberts, please?
Speaking.
There's a problem with the invoice you sent me.
Oh, really?
Yes, I can't read it very well. The words are not clear.
Sorry about that.
Also, I think the figures are wrong.
I'll look into the matter and send you another invoice. Is that okay?
Fine. Thanks very much.
Now let's check the answers. Number 1. I can't meet your boss, Vanessa Gordon, next Wednesday. 2. I'm sure we can arrange another time. 3. It's about the delivery of mobile phones. 4. Sorry about that. I will deal with it immediately. 5. There are no instructions in the package. 6. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it, please? 7. Also, I think the figures are wrong. And 8. I will look at the matter and send you another invoice. The word invoice in this sentence means, of course, a list of goods sent or services provided with a statement of the sum due for these. Okay? So, synonyms of invoice, bill, or charge. Now, let's have a look at the following table. Useful language for getting through. Example, can I speak to Jane Porter, please? Call me later, please. Answering, hello, this is Carl Fisher. Or, good morning, David Seymour speaking. Introducing yourself. Hello, this is David Patterson, Hudson Motors. Or, hello, David Patterson here, Hudson Motors. Stating the problem. I have a problem with. There are some problems with. Apologizing. Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. Or I'm very sorry about that. Getting details. Can you give me some more information? Which model is it? Given details, this invoice is incorrect. It's the wrong part or the wrong model or the wrong item. There is a piece missing. Find solutions. We can give you a refund. You can't send you new ones. I can talk to the manager. Finishing the conversation. Thank you or thanks for your help. Bye. Here, I will give you more details about how to speak effectively over the phone. Telephone etiquette doesn't mean being stiff and overly formal on the phone. And it isn't just for talking to your grandmother or impressing a potential client. Using basic courtesy and good manners when talking and texting helps set a positive tone for a conversation and can help you avoid confusing, frustrating, or even embarrassing situations. Taking calls. Here, so greet the caller pleasantly and identify yourself when you answer the phone. In a business setting, say good morning or good afternoon. Then name your company or department and say who is speaking. On a personal phone, say hello and give your name. Don't answer in a brisk or hurried tone or with yes or yeah. People don't want to feel like their call is unwelcome. Making calls. Identify yourself clearly and politely. Ask for the person you are trying to reach or briefly state your reason for calling. Take a few moments before you place the call to determine what you are going to say. Being clear and concise up front will save time and reduce confusion. So don't demand to talk to someone or launch into request or complaint without first saying hello and identifying yourself. The recipient of your call will be much happier to help you if you make a good first impression. Using your voice. Speak in a friendly, pleasant voice with moderate volume, smiling while you are talking, regardless of whether anyone is looking at you, will improve your tone of voice. Don't use an inappropriate volume. A voice that is too loud can sound aggressive, while an overly quiet voice can be very difficult to understand. If you have difficulty controlling the volume of your voice, try moving the receiver a little distance away from your ear and listen to yourself talk for a few moments. Adjust your volume as needed. Watch your language. So use polite, professional language, speak to your conversation partner the way you would hope to be spoken to. If you are on a professional call, keep your conversation partner informed of what is going on at your end. Don't use abrupt phrases or issues orders to your conversation partner, such as hang on or who is calling. If you are on a professional or business call, avoid using slang. Call interrupted. Apologize if you are interrupted during a call and ask your conversation partner's permission before placing him on hold. Check back in on him regularly while he is on hold. Don't talk in distracting environment. Try to multitask while you talk or carry on in-person conversations while you are on the phone. Time to say goodbye. Wind down the conversation courteously by using closing and past tense phrases such as thanks for calling and I'm glad we were able to talk today. End the call by clearly saying goodbye. Don't stop the conversation abruptly or impatiently. Avoid ambiguous or slang closing phrases like okay, see you, or toodles that might make your partner uncertain about whether the call is ending. Taken messages. So do sound friendly and accommodating, letting the caller know you are writing her messages down and will pass it on to the person she is trying to reach as soon as possible. If you need more information from the caller, ask for it politely and not in a prying way. Don't be impatient or short with the caller. If she suspects her message won't be forwarded, she may be uneasy. Don't be nosy by asking for more information than you need or the caller wants to give. Speak clearly and slowly, leaving your name and complete number both at the beginning and the end of the message, and briefly stating what you are calling about. Don't ramble on or go into too much detail in a message, and don't assume that the caller remembers your last name or can get your number from the phone's display. Using cell phones, speak in a soft voice in public places and be mindful of your language and subject matter. If you think you might disrupt those around you, move to a different location or don't take the call. Don't answer your phone or let it ring in a theater, library, or meeting or at a table in a restaurant. Never talk on the phone or text while you are driving. Texting tips. Identify yourself in text messages and be clear and concise. Be mindful of whether your recipient has a texting plan so you can avoid sending too many messages. And whether he is familiar with common text speak. Don't text anywhere where a phone call would not be appropriate, and don't text while you are having a conversation or should have your attention elsewhere. Avoid sending serious or sad news by text messages.
HR Office Savers brings you a quick video on problem solving in our soft skills series. And like all of our HR trainings, this can support both your work life and your outside work life. No matter what your industry or your role, problem solving is part of your job. Whether the problems you encounter are big or small, you solve problems every day. Learning how to apply problem-solving skills helps not only to enhance productivity, but also helps to cultivate relationships by focusing on shared goals and solutions. Albert Einstein is quoted as saying, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." We will be investigating 5 steps to problem solving. 1, define the problem. 2, brainstorm solutions. 3, make plans and evaluate. 4, implement the plan. And 5, reevaluate to determine how well the plan is working. As we look at each of these steps, consider the problems that you may be facing right now and apply these steps to help you in finding actionable solutions that will make a positive difference for you and your organization. You can't solve a problem if you don't know what it is. The first step in solving any problem should be to define the problem itself. Oftentimes, what we think is a problem is only a symptom of a larger issue. Take time to define the problem clearly, whether it's an interpersonal conflict or a hitch in a supply line. Figuring out what the problem is exactly and clearly defining it means you can move forward with solutions. Solutions that will actually work and get the problem solved, rather than just resolve the symptoms or temporarily stop the chaos. Taking time to define the problem is especially important if emotions are running high or interactions are getting heated. It puts the focus back on shared goals and allows for everyone to be heard. Now it's your turn to apply this to your situation. What current problem or problems are you facing in your workplace? Before immediately moving on to solutions, take the time to define it and then write it down. Once you've defined a problem, you can move on to solutions. It's important not to just choose the first solution that presents itself, nor should you push your own preferred solution to the exclusion of others. Instead, take the time to generate alternative solutions. Ask the others involved what ideas they have for solving the problem. Discuss the ways in which the alternative solutions might play out, problems they might encounter, and how any obstacles can be overcome. Apply active listening and clear communication throughout. Once you've asked others, then discussed, generate alternative solutions with a group and talk about which one or ones you would all like to move forward with. Now it's your turn. Take a moment and jot down 2 alternative solutions to the problem or problems you identified earlier. But don't just stop there with your ideas. Make a list of some colleagues that can weigh in on the solution generating process. Plan to share the defined problem with them and schedule a time to meet and brainstorm solutions together. With your list of alternative solutions generated, it's time to make plans and evaluate them. Give all alternative solutions equally fair treatment. Ask the group to brainstorm potential benefits to each alternative solution or plan. Then work with the group to anticipate potential problems or obstacles with each plan. Based on these discussions, evaluate which plan or plans seem to offer the greatest benefit with the fewest drawbacks. Also consider whether the necessary resources, people, time, materials, or funding are available for each proposed plan. As the plans are evaluated, it will become clear which are entirely unworkable. Narrow the list until the most workable plans are found. Once the most workable plan has been chosen, it's time to implement it. It's important to communicate clearly about how the plan will be implemented. what each person's role will be, and what the goals and expected outcomes are. The other soft skills you are developing, communication and teamwork, are vital here. People must feel as though they are part of the solution if you want them to buy into it. Also provide a timeline for the plan, including the point at which the plan will be re-evaluated. Re-evaluation of the plan is a step that often gets missed. Sometimes what appears to be the most workable plan on paper does not play out when put into action. It is important to take the time to reevaluate the plan once it has been implemented so you can gauge how well it's working. Depending on the results, you may need to make some changes to the plan or implement a new plan altogether. Reevaluation helps to determine whether the original plan has, in fact, been solved. Consider this case study. Tom liked to be known as the fix-it guy. He prided himself on the ability to swoop in and resolve a crisis, and his coworkers appreciated his ability to quickly put an end to chaos or stop a situation from escalating. But he noticed that he seemed to put the same fires out over and over. He could help solve a problem in the short term, but ultimately the same things kept coming up. His colleague in another department, Ashley, asked Tom what his process was for solving problems. Tom couldn't really tell her, but he said he just looked for the most pressing need and took care of it. Ashley suggested that he get his team together and brainstorm a list of their most common problems. They could then identify the underlying issues and create plans to solve them permanently, rather than just managing crisis after crisis as each came up. Tom thought this sounded like a good idea. When he got his team together, Tom realized that many of the crises in the team were caused by a lack of communication and a lack of clear goals. He and his team brainstormed ways to create clearer, more open communication and expectations around goals and roles in their work. Within a few weeks, Tom noticed that he did not have to manage nearly as many crises. Does this sound like you? Are you putting out fires left and right and not sure why problems aren't being solved with permanent solutions? Consider the 5 steps to problem solving that we've talked about in this video. Defining the problem, brainstorming solutions, making plans and evaluating, implementing the plan, and re-evaluating to determine how well the plan is working. How can you apply these steps to your current problem or problems in your workplace, department, or organization? Think about what you've learned. What were your biggest takeaways? Consider sharing what you've learned with a colleague or teammate to actuate the application of this session. This video on problem solving in the workplace was brought to you by HR Office Savers, your independent human resource consulting firm that supports small local businesses and individuals with their human resource needs, including HR compliance, soft skills training, and job search support. Visit us today at hrofficesavers.com.
My dear students, that's all for today. Have a lovely weekend and see you soon. Goodbye.